It's time for live Des Moines Menace Soccer on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Menace Soccer on CISN.TV is brought to you by Shelton Curtin, Shields, G&L Clothing, the Better Business Bureau, and the Atlantic Bottling Company. Now let's go live to the CISN sports team for the action on the field.
Good evening and welcome to West Des Moines Valley Stadium. Dar Danielson with you here tonight. Justin Vorster, as we get ready for another night of Des Moines Menace Soccer. And another night, Justin, they come into the match still with a clean sheet, 11-0-1. Haven't lost a match here tonight. They haven't trailed, I don't think, in PDL action this season, if I remember right.
Nope, you're absolutely right. It's great to be here again tonight, Dar, working alongside you. 11-0-1. They had a fantastic win last night. 5-1 against Chicago FC. Mohammed getting 2 goals. Keno getting 2 goals, and Jepson, I believe, getting the other goal. So, you know, shared amongst 3 players. So I think it's been really good. They've still got so much depth on the bench to, you know, come in the game. I see Mohammed's on the bench today. He'll come in at some stage. Still Keno, the PDL League top goal scorer at this point, starting up front again with a secure back 3 with Fricky, Brennan, and Manning. Makado and goal. We had an outstanding match last night. So they're looking pretty secure in their regular 3-5-2 with the wing backs. Going forward, it seems to have worked for them this year. You know, and as for FC Chicago, although the Menace have secured the conference and obviously hoping to host in a couple of weeks, Chicago FC are still looking to clinch second spot to qualify for the playoffs. So, you know, there's still something in it for them today. I mean, because they really want to get the result.
And that game last night, it started out, the Menace seemed like at the start less aggressive and kind of, you know, slowly working into the game, where Chicago was really aggressive. They had 3 corners in the first part of the first half. Unfortunately for them, they weren't able to convert any of that into a goal. And then the Menace got a corner, a foul in the box off the corner. They got the PK, and then it seemed like everything just opened up for them. And then they really turned it around and got real aggressive and were countering quickly in that. And so whatever strategy they worked last night worked well. But you got to think, as you talked about, Chicago is going to come out here tonight and look to turn that around, maybe get on top early here against the Menace.
Yeah, and I think it's key for Chicago to try and get on top of the Menace right off the start, because again, you know, they have a chance of qualifying in second position. However, having said that, you know, last night the 3 corners off the bat really did put the Menace under pressure from the start. And then obviously when they got the penalty, the momentum changed, which happens in games. So, you know, those are little game changes, and it just swings the game, you know. And then obviously they started to mount the pressure. I was here the other day, the other evening actually, Thursday night before our women's training session. I watched them train, you know. And it's quite interesting how they like to get the ball wide into the wide players. Mm-hmm. They were doing a lot of patterns, going to goal. And, you know, the wing play with, you know, the wide players and trying to breaking the lines on the outside, on the left-hand side and right-hand side. And then obviously the runs from the midfield. So they look at different ways of breaking the opposition line, and also look at ways of dragging centre backs into the game, creating space and behind. So I mean, I'll be very interested at the end of the day just to see how FC Chicago come out, and then obviously the key here for Des Moines Menace is they want to hold on to their 100% record. Yeah,
and watching them. They played that first game there in Chicago. It was 2-1. It was a tight game, and it was 5-0 the second one, and then they scored 5 on them the other night. But they don't seem to be the type of team that gets cocky, as it were, or come out, you know. When they score a goal, okay, they celebrate, then they go back to work, and they don't seem to be, you know, sometimes you worry, okay, they got this locked up, they're cruising along, they could maybe overlook this team that they've handled pretty easily. But even the other night, they came out, you know, they had a way they started, but it wasn't like they weren't moving around and doing what they wanted to do. You know, they aren't getting complacent is what I'm saying here. And that's just what I think I've seen out of them so far this whole season.
I think right from the get-go, the message was to the players from the coaching staff, there's no egos in this team. We work for one another. And when you have that cohesiveness in the team, it seems to blend and gel, and it works well. You know, so I think that's the key. And like you said, you know, they'll work for one another. They score a goal, they celebrate, but they get on with it. And they're looking for the next goal. And they're pressing and they're working hard together as a unit. You know, whether it's behind the ball in the shape, which is they do a really good job of, or whether it's going forward, shape-wise going forward, you know.
And we talked a little bit after the game last night. Keno, he's up there leading the goals, but he's also, one of the things Omar Muhammad did a lot of is, you know, with him, sometimes it seemed like he's going to attack the goal, and he draws the defense to him, and then he knows where to give that ball off. And, you know, he plays that role so well where it takes some of the pressure off of Keno because they're always looking at him. And same Mweng Sunday, he does a lot of that where he's in there and he has the ball, and he knows how to get it to Keno in a good spot where he can, you know, get the ball in a good place. And so while all the focus may be on Keno, the other guys are doing what they need to do to find those openings and get it to him. And then if they focus too much on him, they can go in and attack too.
Yeah, absolutely. And one, I'm pleased that Muhammad got 2 goals because, you know, in the past he does get himself into really good goal-scoring positions. He takes players on. He's so quick with his feet. He likes to take players on and cut inside, you know, and shoot with his left foot. So it's good to see him score goals because he needed to be a little more clinical in front of goal, one with the final product or the final ball. Mweng Sunday just offers something different out of the midfield, you know, and yeah, he does make some darting runs forward, trying to get him behind. He pulls defenders away, which, you know, for a guy like Keno, if you can pull a couple of defenders or the centre backs away, it's going to open up areas for Keno to work in. And, you know, Keno is also another player. I mean, he scored 53 goals for Marshalltown Community College this year. And, you know, he can get the ball in certain areas of the field. And you think, all right, what's he going to do here? Is he, I don't know, he can take on players. And all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, he just does something, you know. And he creates that little bit of space for himself and gets shots on goal.
And I think we saw a couple times last night, too, where he got it and he realized, okay, there's a double or triple. So he didn't try to force it. He dropped it back, moved around a little more, and then got it back, you know. And I think there's that trust, too, that if it's not there right away, you move it around and look for that opening.
Right, and you know, I think that's also key is keeping the ball. If it's not on to go down the right-hand side, then you switch it to the left, and you keep moving the ball quickly to try and open up the opposition, and then look for that penetrating ball down the middle, whether it's into feet or into space. In particular this season, teams have defended very, very deep against the Menace, which is not allowing a lot of space for the Menace to break the line. So, yeah, I mean, I think it will be interesting. Like I said, FC Chicago will be chasing the game. They want to get the result. And the Menace obviously want to keep a 100% record.
And talking about breaking the line, breaking that red line at the back, it's been near impossible for these teams this year with Brandon Fricky back there, Johnny Fenwick, Wilford Williams, you know, Marcel Berry, all those guys back there. They do that. And sometimes when you're winning and you're scoring, you don't talk about the defense. It's kind of the same way in any sport. That gets overlooked. But they've done such a good job. And Chicago, again, tried to do that, going over the top on them. And they're – nobody's been successful I've seen against Brandon Fricky trying to do that so far this season.
And at the end of the day, Dodd, defense wins you games.
Yep.
You know, you don't concede goals, but you score a goal, you defend for the rest of the game, you win the game. You know, that's how it works. But they have been really outstanding at the back. Starting with the goalkeeper, Makedo. Makedo's done really, really well. Like last night, he had an outstanding match. And obviously with Brennan, Fricky and Manning at the back, and Fenwick comes in off the bench, and they just have so much to offer. And Fricky's been an outstanding leader this season. He's been a great captain. He gets the troops going, keeps it in control, he keeps everything in front of him.
Well, the players are out now, and we're going to have introductions here, the national anthem coming up. And going to introduce the Des Moines Menace tonight. A few changes in the lineup from last night. Brandon Fricky, as we talked about, number 15. Carlos Mercado, the keeper. Marcel Berry, a defender. Anthony Manning, a defender. Biko Brennan, a defender. Wang Sunday in the midfield. Wilfred Williams, defender. Jonathan Bolanos in midfield. Kino Ryosuke. And Audie Jepson. Christo Michelson, the starters here tonight. And there's the Maniac. Alan Marcinus, Daryl Pott, and Devela Gorick, the coaches for the Menace. Referees, Robert Sori, Justin Mack, Sean Giza, and Royce Van Rukel will referee here tonight.
Twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Alrighty.
Let's hear it for Brian Condon.
Our national anthem. Brian Condon singing that today. And congratulations to you, women, finishing up with a victory here, huh?
Yeah, I was very proud of the girls today. Hard-fought match against a very good Kansas City team who really took it to us last year in 2 games. So I was really proud of the girls. We've come off a 5-game unbeaten run, you know. So we won one, drew 1 away, and won our last 3 home games. So I was really chuffed with them. Really excited.
Mm-hmm. I know you were talking about getting everybody together and wanting to have the full squad, and once you did, you'd be playing well, and sounds like it kind of finished the season that way, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, once we got our full squad in, and you know, we still rotated a few players because there was a few players that were missing at times, but you know, we had the quality to come in whenever we needed to. We had enough depth. We worked with about 20 players, which was absolutely wonderful this season. You know, last year I worked with about 40-odd players, which kind of made it difficult, you know, to work with. But it was great this year with 20 players. We made it work. I have a good staff with Hugo Machado assisting me. He did a fantastic job this year. I was really proud of his work and his efforts. You know, not just as a team on the field, but also with the coaching staff. Was very supportive and was excellent.
Cool. That's always nice to end on a winning note, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You know,
Did it seem like it went fast this season, or
very fast?
it always seems like you get into it. It does, doesn't it?
No, I actually wish we were still playing. To be honest with you, I wish we just carried on the season. You know, if KC Athletics lose tomorrow against Fire and Ice, then we'll win the. We'll come in second. So that's a huge achievement for us. Definitely, we came in third last year, so second this year will be I'll be very happy with that.
Well, we're ready to get underway here with the Menace and Chicago FC United. And those red uniforms are going to throw me off a little bit, but
yeah, the Menace are in black today.
I'm so used to seeing the Menace in red, the Menace in black, and Chicago in red. But
you spoke about the red wall at the back. Maybe it's the black wall today.
Yeah, today's
the black
the
with the white
wall.
stripes. Yeah,
the black with the stripes on it.
Yep.
So we're underway here. Chicago with the kick to get us started, and headed up again. And Chicago quickly trying to go up the left side there. Connor Alba. And that will go out to Chicago.
Last night, the Menace raced to a 5-0 lead against Chicago FC United on the way to a 5-1 victory on Fireworks Friday.
And
The 7-4-2 record entering its season.
here we go.
Chicago knows a win tonight will clinch a playoff spot.
Taken away by the Menace. They'll try to send it up the other way. And now back the other way quickly on the counter come the Menace. Drop it back, move it over. Barry up the right side. Dump it in there to Audie Jepson. Wayne Sunday. And Christo Michelson. Up ahead, Bolanos up there. And now take it away back the other way. Starting out a little differently here than last night's game. Menace moving it up quickly. Up to Barry. Drops it back.
Barry actually had a chance there to play them behind for Jepson. Jepson made an absolutely brilliant run from the midfield.
Now up ahead to Ryusuke. Looking to make the move, drops it back, and Barry tries a shot across there, but right to the keeper, Barquet.
Just didn't quite get enough on that. Should have tried to swing it around the back, and the run's coming in from the midfield.
Kristen Sanchez with it, drops it back in to Xavier Gomez. Here comes Chicago. Knocked out by the Menace, it'll stay with them. Let's see if they reverse field here. They will. Get over to Sanchez. Back to him. He goes up, tries to go up ahead, but taken away.
Very good defending there from Brennan. Shielded the ball away from the attacking player and just played it back into Makedo. Great piece of skill.
And the Menace now back up ahead. Working on the left side over in the sunny side here.
Great tackle from Akeem on the far right-hand side on Bolanos.
And Michelson tries to send it in, but taken by Chicago. Try to send it deep, but Menace right there. And we'll turn it quickly back the other way. Wing Sunday up ahead, and looked like he was looking for Ryusuke to go inside.
Yeah, Kino Ryusuke came out onto the right-hand side. Bolanos did start a run inside the right centre-back, which was actually a very good idea, and then he pulled back out, and I think Sunday just caught out of his peripheral. He caught the first run. Yeah,
tried to lay it in there, and then both his teammates went outside.
Yeah.
Turned around, back the good step in there by Sanchez. just underway here. Oh, pretty good crowd on hand here tonight.
Yeah, decent crowd tonight. Menace playing in their familiar 3-5-2 shape, with Christo predominantly holding.
Sneaks it through there. Jepson drops it back. Shot is high and over the crossbar by Bolanos.
Good piece of skill. That ball was opened up the Chicago defense. Jepson made a great run in behind. Lovely ball in. Bolanos just over the bar. He was leaning back as he struck it. He should have been leaning over the ball.
So James Barquet, the keeper for Chicago, will boot it out of there. And the flag's laying down. Not a lot of breeze out there on the field.
No, not like last weekend when we had all that rain.
Yeah.
Torrential.
I was in Texas and my phone started going off about all the stuff that was happening back here, and just kind of crazy. And they're begging for rain.
Yeah,
down in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
It was a frightening drive home as well. I can tell you that, with all the flooding and.
Yeah, Peter texted me afterward and said he barely got back with all that was going on. And Chicago sent it outside wide. Try to crack through the defense and handled by Mercado. So they had a couple guys up in the middle, but getting into that middle of that Menace defense there is not easy to do.
Yeah, they showed some glimpses. FC Chicago. Hackinson playing up front. Came in, won the ball, got it wide, made a great run into the box. It was a good save from Mercado.
Looking for Jepson up ahead. And Hawkinson is one of their leading scorers. He didn't get to touch the ball much last night unless it was way on the outside. They kept it away from him pretty well defensively.
Yeah, if you can keep the number 9, their top goal scorer, out wide and away from the front of the goal, then you're doing a pretty good job as a defender.
Try to get it in there now. Knocked away. Wilford Williams, the first man there, Mickelson, and tries to push it out. And Max Todd will try to turn it for Chicago.
Chicago playing in a 4-4-2.
Again, they try to come inside, and Wilford Williams knocks it down. Sent it out of there, but back to it is Max Todd for Chicago. He's working there with Gomez. Send it to the other side of the field, try their luck over there again. It seems like they like working from that right side. And Williams turns it.
Yeah, so far all their attacks have come down the right-hand side. So they definitely look to get it down that way.
Menace will switch the field. Over to Barry. Back into Sunday. He sends it up. And offside call, the first one of the match here.
Yep. Just timed his run a little bit too late there. And Kino is quick. So if he doesn't get that ball early enough, the run was good. It was just a little bit late on his timing.
Here comes Chicago putting it back into play. 9 minutes in here, no score in this opening match. Opening half, I should say. Headed over, and Mercado handles that easily. And here we go. Menace back the other way.
You see how compact Chicago have the midfield. They play a very tight diamond. They've got 3 at the back with the 2, Christo and Sunday, but Sunday's allowed to be released. As you can see, he's pushed further forward as Brennan looks to try and find him, but it was very compact. There was good pressure on the ball there from Chicago.
Fricky sends it up top. Now tried to sneak it through there for a run on the outside. Manning, but knocked away. The Menace will keep it.
Berry and Williams play very, very wide, as you can see, high up on the line. So got like 4 up on the line.
And Ayusuke to Mickelson. And Williams trying to get that ball over there. Goes down. They keep playing. Back the other way, Chicago. Sent it up the sideline, but Fricky's right back there to deal it over to Mercado. Up ahead. Move it into the middle, looking for Audie Jepson. Has him. Jepson gets by the defender, drops it back. Ayusuke turns on it, can't get a shot into the defender.
Another fantastic run by Jepson. Lovely ball threaded through to him. Did ever so well to get the ball back into Kino, who was under pressure immediately as soon as he received the ball.
Yeah. He had 2 guys there, and then a third came to help. And by the time he turned to get a shot, there was a wall of red right there. Now, quick run back the other way. Kino gets to it. 1-on-2 there. Oh, knocked back out by the defender.
Didn't quite have enough support going forward. He had 3 guys around him, and in the end, Stoneman won it. Captain of Chicago.
Played it back out there. Xavier Gomez. They'll go back to the right side again. Minutes into the first half. Send it over to Sanchez. Sanchez tries to lob it over. Finds his man. How can he turn it? Defender right there on him. It doesn't let him get turned around to face the goal. He'll try a shot. Max Todd sent it in there, but knocked away. A long one. He had Hawkinson running in there, but Mercado right there to pull it down. Chicago was taking a few longer shots here to try to get by the defense. Now they drop it back. Stoneman. Max Todd. Up ahead, Hawkinson, and that's going to go out for a corner, the first one of the match here. And here's where last night Chicago got 3 corners in the first part of the first half and unable to convert any of those into goals. And they really need to get something off their set pieces here. I think they need to have a chance against the Menace.
Yeah, I think that could be key tonight for Chicago, is to try and win set pieces and capitalize from those situations as the corner comes in.
Swinging over and defended well, and then clearing out of there.
Peeling for a handball.
And that one will drop and bound back toward the bleachers, and it'll be a goal kick for the Menace. They'll move it up as Chicago drops back. Williams on the far left. Send it back to this side. Brennan drops it in. Ryusuke, he drops it off to Sunday, who was sending it to the outside.
Good little passage of play there, Dar. Lovely little no-look reverse pass from Brennan into the midfield. Little 1-2 combination. Sunday looking to deliver the ball to the far left-hand side, where there was an overload of 2 players, including William, who was the furthest one out, with Balanas.
Back in now, in up to Ryusuke, taken away by Gomez. And the pass goes right into the Menace. So, build it up here again for the back. Mickelson. Drop it off. I got Barry out here on the right. Sunday drops it back.
Just keeping the ball, building it up, waiting for that little opportunity to break the line.
I'm going to go across the field to Williams. Bolanos trying to get by the defender there. And that'll go back to Chicago. 17th minute here, no score. Shadows starting to come across the field as the sun goes down behind us. And into Sunday. Looks up ahead. Drop it back. And we're looking for somebody around the corner, but nobody there.
Nobody made the run there for Brennan. Maybe he should have just kept it, brought it back, start building again. Rebuild the attack, be patient. They have been very patient so far of the Menace. Chicago have done a good job sitting in behind the ball and keeping it as tight as possible. Very, very compact. Got that really tight diamond in the midfield.
There's Hawkinson. Oh, tried to get it back. His teammate, but it went off the Menace. And now again to the right side. Trying to work it in there, but defenders right on him. And they take it away. Williams and Mickelson right there. And that'll go back to Chicago.
Yeah, Kino was just tugging on, I think it was Stoneman's jersey just there.
Mm-hmm. Really kind of a lot of movement, but not a lot of physical play so far here early.
Yeah, the build-ups have been very slow. But the Menace have just a way of doing it, and they're very patient in their build-up. I think Chicago FC, what they need to do is, if they win the ball in transition, need to counter as quickly as possible to try and catch the 3 at the back. The Menace are just so good at getting behind the ball. Mm-hmm. Early enough, they're in good starting positions to defend when they lose possession, which is very, very important.
Going down the left side there to Max Todd. He gets it in the corner. It gets by the defender. Still going and slapped away. Mercado got a hand on that.
Yeah, he got a slight touch to that, and it was cleared away, I think, by it could have been Manning coming in on the far post.
Got just enough of a paw on it to deflect it back. I don't know if it was going to curve in enough or not, but dangerous right there in front of the net.
Yeah, Makeda did really well. He just managed to get his fingertips to it. Otherwise, it could have been a problem.
Looking for Bolanos up ahead. And that will go back to Chicago. Menace will come up and pressure a little bit. And nice job to get up on that ball and head it over.
Chicago dropping a little bit deep to apply pressure at the top of the circle in the Menace half as Berry nods the ball forward, cleared away.
And back, that'll be Menace throw. Gets it into Audie Jepson and gets it back. And take it away. Here comes Sanchez. Or excuse me, that's Hawkinson. Back to the Menace.
Hawkinson, he's proved why he's their top goal scorer. I mean, there's glimpses of a threat as the shot comes in and is blocked, but he's got some good movement up front. He's good with his feet.
But he hasn't found a lot of space in that defense yet, has he? Yeah. Be another corner here for Chicago. They're second so far here in the first half. They would like nothing more than to score here. Here it comes, swinging in, headed, and Mercado is right there.
Looks like he just saved that as it went out of bounds.
Yeah.
For a goal kick.
Yeah, for a minute there I thought looked like he might have grabbed it and fell out, which would be a corner, but no, that the AR said no, it was across the line by the time he got it. Because if he catches it, carries it out, then you got a corner instead of a goal kick. But
right.
He knew where he was at apparently. And here we go. To Williams. Taking their time up to Berry. Oh, Berry tried to just quickly get by the defender there, but
I think what he was looking for is Jepson came into the space there to get the ball. I think he was looking for Berry to make that run on the outside, on near side, down the flank here, so he could play the ball in. And then it got very tight and made it easy for Chicago to win.
And let's drop it back now again. They'll switch fields. Come across. Up into the middle. Menace in the dark uniforms. Chicago, or in the black uniform. Chicago in the red. This one looking outside for Berry. Has him there. He's onside. He tries to get by the defender. Now cross the goal. Stop. Williams comes up. Keeps it alive and then taken away.
Berry did ever so well on the outside, taking his defender on 1v1. Lovely whipped him ball with the right foot.
Alex Alfredo got in there. Alfaro took it away. Now cross field again.
Sunday and Christo rotating roles in the midfield. One sits when the other one goes. Have a nice little understanding of their roles within the shape.
Chicago now. Sent it back over to the right side. In the 25th minute, no score here in the first half.
Both teams are playing very cautious, maintaining a good shape. Menace have had the better of the chances. It was nice and composed there by Manning on the far post. Just nods the ball back to the goalkeeper, Makedo.
Yeah, just nonchalantly bumps it back to him.
Yep. It's like second nature for him, isn't it?
Yep. And now up ahead. And Chicago on the throw-in. Again, DeBruyne. DeBruyne played a good game back there defensively last night. Back in the middle there. Now we'll send it back over.
They keep switching it. Menace allowing them space here to drive forward now from the centre back position with Abdu.
I'll try to lob it up over the top there onto the feet, but he kind of ran out of room when he got there. Menace just had somebody right in the right spot.
Chicago looking to build out of the back.
Sanchez.
With a nice little phase of play at this point.
So looking for Hawkinson in there, but they can't get it in there to where he can do anything with it.
I think this is where the Menace do such a great job as screening the ball going into the strikers up front, and Alba and Hawkinson through Christo and Sunday Wang. They just sit in there as a double six when they defend.
On the outside, Williams for the Menace. De Bolanos down back. And over to Christo. Aquino. Menace hold possession. Williams again. Working the left side. Now we'll bring it back. Well, Nico turns it. And
misunderstanding communication-wise, whether it's verbal or non-verbal. Christo thought Berry was going to go, but Berry checked back into the space to receive it at feet. So Menace are looking to press here.
And he sent it outside, Nakeem Ward. And he'll drop it back. Over to Max Todd. Todd on the left side. Jepson drops back to help. And now Jepson takes it away.
2v1 defending there. Both did a good job. Berry and Jepson. Good pressure and cover. So as he went past Berry, Jepson was there to win the ball.
Now quick up the middle. Bolanos and Williams both there. Can they get it down? Can't get it down in a place where they can hit a shot, but they're going to get a corner out of this.
Yep.
The first corner of the night.
Good runs from Williams and Bolanos. Maybe the same run.
And this is where they got going the other night. Bolanos delivered a beautiful ball in, and then Keno got fouled in the box and converted the PK for their first goal last night. Now here Jepson. Kick from the far side, left side. Swinging over. And that'll be a throw for the Menace.
Yeah, to make that clearance on the far post, especially with the runs coming in on the far post there. So it's a good piece of defending just to head it away for a throw-in.
Barry gets it in and gets it back. Oh, drops it back to Bolanos. He sends it across.
He was swinging away. He just got his hips around it too much.
Bolanos again. Oh, just over the head of Jepson. Williams picks it up on the far side.
That's where Williams is so good, taking on defenders 1v1.
And finally Chicago clears it out. Biko Brennan now. Hard shot in there to Keno. He can't get control.
And also, happy birthday to Aiden McBride, who is with us tonight on her 9th birthday. Happy birthday to both Aiden and Tracy. Vegas, if you would like to have a birthday
31st minute, no score here.
achievement recognized, please submit your request for information.
Last night, the Menace kind of the more, I think it was a 26 minute, and then things kind of broke wide open for them.
Yeah. I mean, you're playing, most of these guys are playing the second game in 2 days, so a lot of energy spent last night.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of.
Yeah, you at least need a 72-hour recovery. So for those players that are playing 2 matches in 2 days, it's very, very difficult times. I mean, but that's the nature of the beast with the PDL. Got to fit as many games as you can within a two and a half month period during the season.
Well, the nice thing is we got a little better conditions to play. No, not that
Torrential.
97, yeah, no rain or 97 degrees with a 100-degree heat index at kickoff like we've had.
and that's been hot even up here.
Yeah. I mean, we're looking at 81 right now, which isn't bad. Not much breeze, but here's the Menace throwing quickly. Nico drops it back over. And they keep it alive to Sunday in the middle. Sends it wide to Barry. Barry, ooh, tried to sneak by the defender. Good job there, and then he pulls him down. Max Todd.
Max Todd did a very good job there defensively, 1v1 against Barry. Barry looks to cut inside with the inside of his right foot and then take it on the outside of his right foot to get by the defenders in those 1v1 areas. Barkal was playing Russian roulette there with Keno, that's for sure. I wouldn't want to be doing that with Keno.
Hawkinson gets up the right side, but Biko Brennan.
Again, a very good piece of skill there from Biko Brennan.
Stayed inside him, didn't he? And then he got the ball away.
I like this back three. They're very steady. It's hard to get beyond them. I mean, you've got, Brennan, Fricky, and Manning. They do an outstanding job. And like I said, you've got Fenwick coming off the bench, and Fenwick's also.
Yeah, he played a lot last night.
Yeah,
he's a real good job.
He's a good player as well. So they have a lot of options. The Menace, especially with the depth they have. They got Teta as well. Teta's a very good defender.
Working it up. Now try to get it in there to Nico, but it is knocked out. Or Christo, rather, excuse me. Adi Jepson now gets it back and sends it in a roll.
Good defending there as Keno came lurking in.
Menace keep it alive. Jepson with it. Gets it back now. Christo. He tried to find the gap in there, but nobody in there. And rushing back is Williams to keep possession. And they'll send it out wide to Bolanos. Into Keno.
Looked like a push. Referee didn't want anything to do with it. It was tight. They need to move the ball very quickly in those areas, do the Menace. 1 and 2 touch in order to break them down.
A little pressure back as Barquet clears it. And the Menace get it back under control. 35th minute, no score here. Menace in black, Chicago in the red. Chicago looking to salvage one game out of the 4 games here with the Menace. As Keno turns it, keeps his feet, still moving, still going. Tried to cut it back in.
Just lost his footing there as he tried to cut the ball back inside. He had an option to his right with Berry.
Looked like he had a little bit of lane, though, if he could have kept his feet inside. But
yeah, he just lost his footing there. He slipped.
He gets up moving a little gingerly there. And Chicago comes back the other way. Over to Max Todd on the outside. He gets it, tried to get it by Jepson, but now back. Todd gets it and snuck it inside, but no room there to get it to Alfaro.
Yeah, he was looking for Alfaro. The pass was just off, to be honest with you. Alfaro wanted it at feet.
Up ahead to Jepson, to Barry. Sunday sends it up to the left side. Back outside to Williams again. Bolanos gets pushed for the defender and turns and said, hey.
That's the second time that's happened to Bolanos. The first time he was knocked off his feet from that push from behind. So ref didn't give anything for it. He's complaining again there. I thought that Berry's run he came inside too early. Maybe he should have just stretched it a bit wider because then he had no options to pass to.
Chicago brings it back up the right side. We're in one of the few sunny parts left here. There's the sun going down.
Lovely evening. No wind. As the flags are at a standstill.
Yeah, and the humidity, no humidity really out there too bad either.
No, it's absolutely wonderful tonight. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Last night the same way.
So if you're not doing anything tonight, get yourself out to Valley Stadium for the second half and enjoy this wonderful weather and a great football match.
Yeah, if you bring your phone, you can still watch and listen to us while you're watching the game here.
Exactly. Exactly.
You get the best of both worlds there, don't you? Yeah.
I know, you do.
Menace throw in now. Well, last night, the first part of the first half seemed like it played mostly in Chicago's half, and then it switched. It was mostly in the Menace half. But tonight, really nobody's had, I mean, it's been back and forth, hasn't it?
Yeah, tonight's been back and forth. It's end to end. Chicago have got forward quite a bit. The momentum's changed. Menace have probably had about 60-40% possession over Chicago at this point.
Jepson drops it back to Christo. He'll send it over. Wing Sunday looking to distribute it out to Barry. And drop it back. Williams was looking for somebody to run onto that, I think, but
yeah, it was pretty easy for the goalkeeper. It was straight into him. Just needed to get a little more bend on it. Fricky read that well, just stepped into the hole to win it. He's such a clean player, just keeps it simple, very simple indeed.
Barry looking, Gets it back into Sunday. Sunday was looking for Jepson in there, but knocked away. And here's Hawkinson. And he is off.
It's a good run from Hawkinson. It's the first time Brennan's been caught out of position. He didn't really see him coming off his shoulder. Communication should have come from the back.
The run was a little early as he called offside.
Yep, yep.
And now 40 minutes in. See if something can happen here before the half. Up to Keno. Turns it around, back in. Oh, was looking for Jepson coming through there, and now gets it back. Man, he's just all over the place, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Oh, Keno. Great run from him. Just coming on the blind side of the centre back.
Williams.
I just think they could have delivered that ball a little bit earlier into the box. Offside.
No. Oh, flags up. Yep, Jepson offside. So second offside call on the Menace here. So that's something we didn't hardly see anything of last night either. People were, again, the pace would move up and stay on one end, and then it move and stay on the other end. And here it's just back and forth more.
You know, the thing is with Keno as well, every time he gets the ball in the box, it looks like nothing's going to happen. But, you know, something always happens with him. He'll pick something up, and Chicago look to break forward here, but he'll look to pick something up. He'll be in a tight situation.
Bolanos. Back in the shot. Goal! Cristo! Takes it from Bolanos and drives it into the left corner.
He just so casually celebrates after that lovely strike with the inside of his foot. But the work on the right-hand side from Bolanos to pick him out at the top of the box. Play the ball across, and Cristo just with a lovely bending strike into the opposite right-hand side of the goalkeeper, dipping into the bottom right-hand side of the post was absolutely fantastic. Celebrated like he does this every week.
Well, you don't want to mess that hair up too much, you know. You just
it's called free flowing.
Free flowing, yeah.
Free flowing, yeah.
I used to have that way back in the day.
Did you really?
Back in high school, a little longer, yeah.
You have a big bush on your head?
Yeah, just kind of long and curly.
Was that like the 70s thing?
Well, early 80s.
Early 80s, yeah. Get that little perm going.
I didn't need a perm. It was naturally.
It was natural.
Yeah, naturally came along. And, yeah. But, yeah, we do a lot of strange things in our youth, don't we?
Oh, yeah, we do. We're all grown up now.
Yeah, sometimes.
It was a great time to score the goal just before half time. You know, they've just got to keep it going that way.
So here they come.
I like Jepson. He finds little pockets of space to come in and receive the ball. He's a clean and tidy player. He looks to combine.
Keem Ward turns that one around. And now Chicago again finds himself playing from behind here. Really, the Menace, they had a lot of options up there, too. They had Keno still up in there and Williams on the other side.
Yep,
and
yeah, they did. They did. See, De Bruyne for Chicago's might have picked up a knock. He's limping. He was a little bit slow there as he receives the ball. Hopefully for him, it's nothing too serious. What a great ball in behind. Makeda's starting position was good there.
Yeah.
Nice top high line, comes in and just takes care of it.
Yeah, but if he's back farther, then you got a little something going there, don't you?
Yeah,
the
then he would have been in a bit of trouble.
Sunday drops it back.
But a very direct ball. It was effective. The run from the midfield to get in behind the Menace back line just to try and break the line.
That's Bolanos sent one in there to that way last night on Muhammad's second goal. He Sent it right out here, up, caught him on the run. There's an offside again.
They look close. He didn't really look. I don't think he was offside, but linesman's in a better position than me, so the right call.
And that's the half. There'll be no extra time added to it. But the Menace get on the board in the 42nd minute here on a beautiful play. Bolanos to Christo Mickelson, and he scores. We'll take a break. We'll come back and talk about some stuff here at halftime. The Menace leading 1-0 on CISN.TV.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
Back here at Valley Stadium, they got a, well, kind of a streaker on the field. That was going back to talking about the 70s. There was that was when the streaking fad came on, and there was a lot of that. I remember a little bit.
I think it's part of the act because there's no security chasing him.
Yeah. But talking about the Menace streaking here in their 25th season, and they've streaked out to 11-0-1 and streaked out to 1-0 lead here, Justin, and pretty well played the form of what we thought they might do.
Yeah, I mean, I think both teams were very cautious in the beginning, to be honest with you, and not wanting to make any mistakes, kept it tight. I thought the movement of the Menace up front was very good. I'm really impressed with that, and I said this earlier, Jepson comes into the space and you know, they let him go. Obviously, he wants to try and drag one of the center backs out, but he finds those little pockets of space between the lines. I think he does a really good job there. He's always on the ball. He looks to combine. He's very clean on the ball. Also, Barry out wide here on the right-hand side. I thought it's been wonderful. I mean, he looks to cut in on his right foot and then take it on the outside. He's had a couple of good deliveries in the end. The back three have really kept their shape with Fricky, Manning, and Brennan. They've really done well. I just think that Chicago might need to change a couple of things here if they want to try and get back into the game. But obviously they want to be cautious at the back defensively because you saw what happened last night and they conceded 5 goals. So they have to be very cautious. They're playing with a very tight diamond, direct at times, looking to break the line with Albert Hackinson and you know, obviously the runs from the midfield with Gomez and Todd trying to break the line going forward. So they're looking for those options. But as the game goes on and they want to get back and they want to try and make the playoffs and come second, they might need to change something.
I think last night we talked about one thing they did after they gave up that goal. They lost their composure a little bit too, and they gave up some fouls, and then the Menace were able to turn those fouls free kicks and then the corner into goals. And that's one thing they can't come out. They got to keep that composure because it was pretty obvious last night they did that, and then the Menace just took advantage of it and were able to score.
Yeah, and I think that's what happens. You know, as soon as you concede a goal, and like they still need to be very cautious, do Chicago, because they'll look to try and press forward. Press forward is going to open up holes at the back, and that's really where the Menace are good at taking advantage of the opposition, as they've proved in the past.
And we talked about it again. Keno, he was right there in the middle, and as soon as those defenders start moving their eyes to him, then somebody else, Cristo, boom, took the shot. You know, and he's just always a factor. You got to be looking at him and be aware of him too, and that just opens up things for others.
Yeah, I mean exactly on the goal where Bolanos was ended up on the right-hand side here. But you look at Keno, like you said, he makes those little darting runs into the just across the line of the defenders. He might pull two with him. And Cristo on the goal, unmarked, open in space. I mean, he just checked back in the space, and it was a lovely, well-executed goal with the inside of his right foot just dipping over the keeper's head into the opposite side of the goal. But, you know, I think this is what Chicago need to be aware of. They have to check the runs of the Menace midfielders going forward, like especially with Cristo and Sunday, and obviously Bolanos as well, you know, and Jepson. When they look to try and break the lines, they really need to try and keep an eye on that, you know, because they do it so well. One checks into the hole, the other one's going into the space and behind. And the shape's good. Like I said, I saw them training the other night, and it's exactly what they were working on, and I think they've been working on it all season.
Well, it's halftime here. 1-0 the Menace. They scored in the 42nd minute, right before halftime here. And we're going to take another break, and we'll do that. We'll come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community. You want to get stronger.
Welcome to Fairway, where we're not a mega food, fashion, fitness, you name it center. For 80 years, we've been your neighborhood meat and grocery store, focused on cutting you the highest quality meats for your backyard barbecue, providing the freshest ingredients for your summer salad, and making sure your shopping trip is as easy and sweet as Grandma's blueberry pie. So while others try to put it all under one roof, at Fairway, we
This
put
is
our
Iowa. And here, we don't just dream, we make history by nearly doubling our clean energy as part of our 100% renewable vision. With this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger. And together, we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy, obsessively.
Summer is always a happy time of year, and at Come and Go, we want to make you even happier. That's why we have great deals all summer long, like our made fresh pizzas that are buy one and get one free every Friday. And you can sip happy with any size drink for just $1 every day. Or get 10 cents off fuel when you buy any 3 sodas. So come on in and find your happy this summer. Come and Go, where and means more happy.
Schottenkirk's All-American Sales Event, featuring one low price on Iowa's 2 top brands. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. Up to 25% off select new Silverado 1500 double cabs. Up to $13,000 off select new Ford F-150 Super Cruise. Hundreds of new Chevys and Fords marked with one low price. Schottenkirk is in a position to give you $300 to $500 more for your trade. The All-American Sales Event, going on now at Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee, Schottenkirk Ford Indianola.
Back here at Valley Stadium, Dar Danielson along with Justin Vorser. Ruben Garza working the controls for us, and they're doing the CrossFit Challenge. They asked me to come down and do that, but I said I got to do the broadcast, so I can't, you know, but...
That was a good opportunity for you to get down there and show them what you're made of, you know?
Actually, I have been working out as we get...
I'm just exhausted climbing up these stairs
I know,
here.
but as you know, we get older and the metabolism isn't quite what it used to be, as he gets a piece of pizza delivered to him here.
Just what I need for the CrossFit Challenge.
Yeah, that's what you always got to start that with, a piece of pizza to get going.
It's my pre-workout meal, to be honest with you.
You were you didn't get a chance. You were coaching, so you didn't get a chance to see that Russia-Croatia game today, did you? Match at all? But man, that was it went to PKs, and Ivan Rakitic, yeah. I was going to miss it.
Who was actually out here.
Yeah, he was here, last year. I was sitting there watching and said to him, hey, I interviewed him last year during the halftime of the match. He said, what? And I said, yeah, he was here came out and worked with the kids a little bit and stuff, and it was kind of cool to see him. He, the keeper had, the keeper knocked away one, and then one of the Russian players kind of missed one wide, so it came down to him. It was, what was it, 3-4-3, 4-4? No, it was 3-3.
2-2.
And then he got the final one, the winning one to send Croatia on, and of course the Russian fans were going nuts, thinking they could get into the semifinals, but he kind of.
They're going on to play.
Made the whole country unhappy there, but
good England. So hopefully,
that could be interesting. And the thing that's interesting about that is, you and I both done some high school, and you see you get the state championship level there, and it's higher. Then you come here, and the level's even higher, and then you watch that World Cup, and it's even higher. The best.
The standard's unbelievable. But you talk about Rakitic, and he was here last year, and then this year he's in a World Cup semi-final.
Yeah. So.
And he's playing for Barcelona. Just to think that he was here.
Yeah, and all those little kids that were out there and talked to him, got an autograph and stuff, and then say, hey, that's the guy here, and that something like that is a great deal. And that's the thing too about these Menace players. When the kids come and see him, and after the game they get their autograph, and then they're going on and playing in some of them at a higher level, and it kind of gives those kids something to look up to, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, and I think it's awesome because some of these Menace players, like in the past, will end up moving on to play in the pros at some stage. So. And these guys are really good. Like I said, there's no egos, and they're really, really good with the kids. And as soon as they do become egotistic, they're quickly brought down to earth by the coaching staff. But they are, like you said, they're fantastic with the kids. They sign autographs after. I think most of them love doing it anyway. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's always kind of fun too when you see kids that are looking up to you, and you're, and it kind of makes you feel like you're doing something too that can help others, and so it's always kind of a fun part of it. Well, we're here at half. The Menace are up 1-0 at the half, and they're doing that challenge. Now that I know I could not do, walk on my hands.
You can forget about that with me.
Without straining several muscles.
I'll do the wheelbarrow like those lads are doing over there in the Menace interns.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing it that way. But anyway, we're going to take a final break here at halftime. We'll do that and be back in a couple minutes with the start of the second half on CISN.TV.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
At halftime here, they're finishing up the CrossFit Challenge on the field, and then we'll bring the players kind of came out. They were looking at those people walking on their hands out there, and it's like, what's going on? But Menace up 1-0 here at half. Dar Danielson, Justin Vorster, as the Chicago United will try to even this up and get back in it here. And they still have a chance to get a playoff spot if they could pull out a win here. But
yeah, they need to get the result in order to get that playoff spot, because I think it was St. Louis Lions were just in behind them within a point.
And they'll clear the field off and get ready for the start of the second half. Still 81, a nice night here. And I think it takes two of those interns to carry that bag.
And one of the CrossFit people.
Yeah.
They just whip it over their shoulders there, look.
Yeah, just take it off. That reminds me a little of baling hay in the summer. I used to do a lot of that as a younger. The square bales of hay and lift them up and throw them.
Tough farm life, eh? Tough farm life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't want to, up in the hay mow on the barn was the worst, but if you're out on the trailer it was a little better because you could stack them and get some fresh air.
Yeah,
Anyway. Build some character, though. And the Menace are out. We're just about ready to kick this off. The Menace in the black uniforms tonight with the white stripes on the front, and Chicago in the blue. Christo Mickelson scored the goal off the assist from Bolanos in the 42nd minute of the first half. And looks like we're about ready to get it going here.
Let's make some noise for your 2018 Des Moines Menace.
Send it over to Williams. Fricky over. As they work it up here again.
Doesn't look like there have been any changes at this point, Dar?
Nope, looks
just
like
looking at both lineups.
Yeah, looks like pretty much the same there.
In fact, I think there is one there for Chicago. Number 22, Hayward's into the game. On the ball right now, just lays it off.
So Liam Hayward.
Two Chicago FC United substitutions at halftime.
Okay.
Number 22, Liam Hayward. And number 17, Jack Shaw.
Jack Shaw is also in here for Chicago to start the second half. So Liam Hayward and Jack Shaw into the Chicago lineup. And it looks like the Menace is.
Yeah, no changes on the Menace.
No changes
yeah.
there.
Yep.
And we'll see how this goes with some of those guys playing a lot of minutes. They were able, because of the 5-1 game last night, to take some of them out in the second half a little earlier than they probably normally would. So, but
I think as the game goes on, I think the Menace will look to make some changes, possibly around the 65th minute. Maybe rest some legs if they can get another goal.
Chicago just being slow. And St. Louis will be here next Friday. And then this one
Lovely piece of skill there from Hackinson up front. Got the ball, just rolled it across his body with his right foot.
He drew the foul there too, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And earlier on, he made a great run in behind Manning on this side.
And the Menace have been able to keep him under wraps pretty much here as they get it set up, and Max Todd and Gomez are down there. See who kicks it. There's a good chance for them to get it even here early in the second half. There's the whistle. Todd will kick it, and he kicks it right off of Jepson. It'll be a corner.
Wasn't a very good delivery, but the in-swinger is what you want to try and do there. I mean, puts a bit of pressure on the goalkeeper with an in-swinger and players running onto it. That seems to be the tendency nowadays, and from what I've noticed in the World Cup as well, most of the deliveries, free kicks on the outside, have been in-swingers. Yeah, they've caused a lot of problems.
And that's what we see here, and Mercado slaps it away. It'll be another corner. And again, swinging in, headed out though by the Menace.
Fricky, good header. That's if you young kids out there watching, that's a perfect example of a defensive header.
Is there a way you try to do that when you're in front of your goal so you don't get like an own goal or something? Is there a way
you want to try
attack it?
Yeah, you want to try and attack the ball and head it just at the top of your forehead here and up and out, so you get some height on it and you clear your lines. You know, when you're attacking a header in the box off a corner or a cross, you want to try and get over it and keep it low.
Yeah.
Yep.
I saw it again to that Russian-Croatia match. Well, the Russians, he caught it right here on the side of his head, and because it was coming in, and he just got by his defender, and then just on the side of his head, just almost by his ear, and knocked it just enough to deflect it into the goal.
Yeah,
and evened it up.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a goal's a goal, and sometimes they just deflect off your shoulder as well. I mean, it happened the other day. When you're looking at it and it happens really quickly, you think, oh, that's a great header, and then they showed in slow motion, it's come off the side of the head or something, and
set it outside for Chicago. Keem Ward. One thing I think they've done a good job of, they've used that replay, but unlike other sports, they do it quickly, and it seems like they look at it quick and get it over with, and they don't delay things a long time.
Yep.
From what I've seen so far, and they're using that in the soccer.
And obviously the VAR has helped as well. Good starting position there from the goalkeeper, Barkel. Keeping a very high line, staying intact with his two centre backs.
Hawkinson keeps that alive. There's Ward.
That's a lovely ball from Akeem.
Right over there. Now back Bolanos.
A lovely turn from Bolanos.
Gets it to Jepson. And Jepson gets shoved down.
He had to foul him there because Jepson was gone. He was looking to deliver down the right-hand side there for Berry, who was pushing forward. And Keno, who was on the break.
Manning sends it outside to Williams. Williams tries to get it through there, and it's going to hit the side of the net.
Yeah, that was a deflection. That's gone for a corner.
Oh, okay.
Some nifty little footwork there. Scissors and step over, one after the other from Williams.
So the first corner here for the Menace in the second half.
Hey, Menace fans, let's get
Swinging in. One off a Menace player and then off Chicago. And then lob back toward the middle, but headed out of there. And the Menace keep it alive. Williams. He's got Audie Jepson on the left side, gets it to him. Christo.
Looks to switch it as it was getting tight in that area, so they look to go out the other way.
Now here comes Chicago trying to counter, but taken away. Wing Sunday. Sends it over to the right side. Back across. Manning looks for Williams up over the left. Williams on the run, and they'll just have to send it out and just get it on the side of the flag, so it'll be a throw. Into Christo to Jepson, and his shot is a little left there.
Nice little ball from Christo into Jepson on the volley. Jepson didn't quite catch the ball like he wanted to, so went just past the post for a goal kick.
Kick comes deep. Send it over to Ward. Ward back in the middle to Gomez. Sends it to the left. Looking in there and
Dangerous ball.
Yeah.
Just swinging away from Makeda, but Makeda did very well to come out and receive the ball at its trajectory point.
And now the Menace back. Williams gets it off to Jepson. And Fricky will send it to the right side. And it'll stay with the Menace, and looks like we'll have a substitution for the Menace.
Is that Muhammad coming in?
Looks like it, yep.
And Balanis is going off. So Muhammad will probably go to his usual right-hand side in the 7 position.
In the 56th minute here, Menace still up 1-0. Over to Williams. Williams tried to send it back through. That'll be a corner.
Good cut back by Williams. Was cleared out for a corner.
Jepson delivers.
Decent delivery in swinging.
Williams sends it quickly across, and too much on that one.
Yeah, he didn't quite catch that. He's apologizing to his teammates. He knows the delivery wasn't good.
Yeah. Looks like we'll have another sub here, and that will be Johnny Fenwick.
Fenwick coming in. It looks like Manning's going off.
So a couple subs here for the Menace.
Menace substitution, number 5, Johnny Fenwick.
lobbed it up and handled by Barquet, the keeper for Chicago.
Menace want to continue this winning streak or unbeaten streak. We want to try and make it 12-0-1 after this game. And so far they're on track to do so. Playing with a nice shape behind the ball, keeping it very tight. Not allowing much in between the lines.
Send it in there to Gomez. Or, excuse me, no, that's Jack Shaw.
That was a wayward pass there by Gomez.
Long thrown in, but now sent out by the Menace. 59th minute.
The Menace want to try and get Muhammad isolated out wide in 1v1 situations where he can take on the defender. He's so good at that, like we said earlier in the pre-game. He's so crafty with his feet. He can take on players, and it was good for him to score 2 goals yesterday. He was clinical.
Mercado sends it up toward the half line. And battle in there. Cristo gets away, heads it up to Kino, and he drops it back. Now the Menace will turn it. Back over there. Muhammad Williams. Or excuse me, no, Muhammad and that one goes wide.
Cristo looking
Muhammad
to strike the ball, yeah. Muhammad and Sunday combining on the far right.
Don't know why I couldn't bring Sundays
yeah.
to mind there for a second.
Right.
He's familiar with the years. He's been here several years now. And there's Muhammad trying to work it up the sideline. And Chicago takes it back.
Fricky did well there in the challenge.
Yeah.
Got up nice and strong to clear the ball.
Into the middle of Cristo.
Sunday Mwang just dictating the pace there from the midfield.
Got him to fall.
He's running with a bit of a limp, I see. I know he's been carrying an injury.
Okay.
He's been on and off injured.
Draws the push there.
He just looks a little bit uncomfortable with his movement.
Straight on. Free kick here. For Chicago. They're trying to even this up in the 61st. Heading into the 62nd minute. Lob it outside and cleared away by the Menace. Trying to turn it up ahead quickly.
Kino making a darting run through the middle. That was not the right ball he wanted. It was played behind him and not in front of him. Just wanted a little bit of texture on the bend in front of him. Muhammad just with a wayward pass.
And Chicago will build it up here now. They go out wide on the left side. Defender right there to knock it away. Well, so far Chicago's got to be happy. I mean, they haven't evened it up, but they haven't let the Menace run away from them here to start the second half either.
No, they haven't. They're staying very cautious, contentious. Again, they're looking to break They need to break quicker, though, when they win the ball. They're slowing it down at times when they want to try and penetrate as quickly as possible and destabilize the Menace while they're caught out of position going forward.
Here they turn it now. Up in the middle to Alba. Back outside. The Menace get back. And keeping an eye on Hawkinson there in the middle. Haven't allowed him to get many touches on the ball.
See, the Menace have just got some lovely shape behind the ball, keeping it nice and compact and tight.
And that one goes off a Menace player and he goes down.
Oh, yeah, that's painful.
Brennan there, I believe.
Yeah.
And
that was very painful from close range.
Yeah.
No need to say anything.
Yeah. In the spot where you don't want to.
Yeah, as they say, the crown jewels. But he took it from close range. He's up. He's good.
That's one of those things when
oh man, that's got to be so bloody painful.
One of those things when I'm refereeing the young kids, because you know they turn and you never know where they're going to shoot the ball, so you always got to be careful when they don't turn and shoot it right at you.
Right, right, yeah, yeah, exactly.
Well, it looks like he's getting up and he'll walk it off if he can here. And back to action. Up the right side. Ward trying to work it through there, and then
just a little miscommunication between the two.
Ward and Shaw there. Up into the middle. And that time Chicago's there. Here's Alba. Alba.
Looking to start again.
Gomez with it. Over to Alba. And looking for Hawkinson there, but he's shadowed by Fricky. And that was Fenwick who headed that one out of the trouble. Trying to turn it on the outside against Williams, and he knocks it away. Xavier Gomez. Over to Ward. To Max Todd. And whoa. that took a strange bounce there that almost.
It does. I think it got a bit of a deflection, so it had a bit of spin on it going forward. And you know, off the turf, it's. I mean, the ball can definitely shoot off the turf.
It looked like it was going to easily bounce to Mercado's hands, but then it just took a little bit of a higher bounce, and he had to punch it out. And it's a corner here for Chicago. Swinging in and headed away.
Into that same spot where Fricky cleared it the first time. He's there again. Good starting position.
Gomez sends it back over to the left side. I got to say, Chicago last night, after they got behind, they did seem like they lost their composure a little bit, but here they've come back and are really trying to work it, really trying to even this up.
Yeah, and you know, this second half they've had the majority of possession, but the Menace don't really need to push forward. They just need to defend the lead right now, and if they can win this game 1-0, that's job done in the office.
Yep. Sneak it down there to Hawkinson. He gets it back inside, but cleared away.
Fricky with the left foot. Didn't quite clear the line like he wanted to. I think he wanted the ball in behind, maybe for Keno to run onto, because Chicago United are playing with a very high line and they're playing across the halfway line, so it's leaving a lot of space in behind, although the goalkeeper Barkels is narrowing the gap, so if anything played him behind, he can come and clean up.
Headed up ahead. Ooh, and then
good defending.
Cleared out of there, yep. Looked like an opening for a second.
By that man, Brennan.
And now the Menace will
counter. Lovely ball by Christo. Well played by Williams to find Christo out of the back.
Quickly, the Menace turn it back the other way. Mohammed sends it over there. Now back to him. And there's a push. There'll be a foul out there and a free kick for the Menace.
Yeah, Keno was fouled.
Getting set up.
That's a good ball by Mohammed.
Goal!
straight from the training ground. Definitely on that one, a lovely in-swinging ball by Mohammed. Perfect pinpoint in the near post run from Keno to just head that, nod that home in on the near post, just past the keeper's left hand side. A great header, great run as well, so the movement was good. A little bit of screen in the box from what I saw, which allowed Keno to break through unmarked, totally unmarked.
Goal number 15 on the season for Keno Ryusuke.
Menace goal by number 24, Keno Ryusuke.
And in the 69th minute,
PDL's leading goal scorer on 15. Yep, absolutely brilliant.
And now,
see, they soaked it. The Menace have soaked up some pressure. And
yeah.
Chicago have had a lot of possession this second half for sure.
Yeah, we were just talking about how they're being so
take that one chance,
move it up, and then boom, they quickly the other way.
Yep.
And then again a foul too.
Yep, Keno won the foul and scored the goal.
As they played it off there, not directly off there, but got it up ahead and the movement and converted. And the Menace now up 2-0 in the 71st minute. And you were talking about it, and that's they talk about in basketball creating your own shot, you know, and that's what Ryusuke, he does so well too, is running on into the right space and getting to where he needs to get that ball to get off the shot on the goal.
Yes, absolutely. It was a great run, a near post run. Broke his marker, found that space. Jepson with a lovely piece of skill there with the back heel.
Christo, and they got him double team and will force that out.
Did very well, but you know, you go back to Jepson, and that back heel from Jepson was just brilliant, playing Christo into the game.
And that'll be Peter Pearson coming in here after the corner. So the fourth Menace corner here in the second half. awakened the Red Army there in the north end. Everybody's set. There's the whistle. And wow, that was clear. Up and over.
Yeah, a little bit too much meat on that delivery, that's for sure. Jepson's had a good game so far tonight.
And Zachary Al-Shiri in for Chicago. And here come the Menace again. Up ahead. Keno turns it around. Sends it in there. Into the middle. Muhammad. Oh, and a nice diving save by Barkay.
Good piece of work there by Muhammad. Build-up was good. Good save by Barkay. He had to make that one, that's for sure.
Now the Chicago tries to counter. Send it over to Gomez. I'll take it out wide. Into the 75th minute here.
It's going to throw a lovely little ball in there for Al-Shari.
And he sends it a little too much down the in and out.
Hackinson played a lovely first time ball in there for Al-Shari. It's going to take something like that to break down the Menace and open them up to create those chances. But it's going to take a lot now. 2-0 with 15 minutes left in the game. I mean, anything can happen, but it's really going to take a lot to break down this Menace compactness, as I would say, off the ball.
Well, and last night they did get a goal, but it was after they brought in several substitutes, and then kind of it was a long shot.
Yep.
Out the middle, nice shot right under the by the keeper, but and this one, Williams keeps it on the field. Now looks to turn. Jepson was making a run, but
he was breaking the line through the middle. Yeah. Checks back. Williams decided to keep the ball. Start the build-up again.
And something you can afford to do with a lead. You don't have to shoot it in there if you're not sure.
Yeah.
And reset it. And Ryusuke, he drops it back. Over to Fenwick. Sunday up. Muhammad, tried to send it outside. Gets it back, gets it outside. Back to Muhammad. Jepson back to Muhammad. Muhammad left footer, knocked down.
Good strike, but
and then cleared by Chicago.
Just cut inside. He loves to cut inside onto his left foot. He's got an educated left foot. Difficult one for the keeper to save. It might have had a bit of swerve on it.
And there's a push. It'll be a foul on the Menace. And a free kick for Chicago. And he's got that deceptive speed in a short distance, too.
Yeah, he's so deceptively so quick.
Quick one, yeah, right to the spot. Chicago now still trying to get on the board. Somehow solve that defense. Now in. Can he turn? Hawkinson wide.
Lovely little turn. Quick feet on the turn.
You can see when he gets the ball, he's got a chance. But the room has been very tight for him to get anywhere. And
Follow @Capelli Sport on Twitter for all the latest Capelli Sport information.
I think we'll have a couple substitutions here in a second. One of them will be James Allwine.
Yeah, Allwine.
And also Tyler Limmer will come in and Ryusuke will go out. So Limmer and Allwine come in for the Menace here in the 79th minute. They're up 2-0. A goal by Crystal Michelson in the 42nd minute, right before the first half, and then Ryusuke in the 69th minute. And that's where we're at here. 2-0 in the second half. Chicago with it.
Des Moines Menace looking to get some fresh legs into the game to finish it off with 11 minutes left on this wonderful evening. Hope the folks out there enjoying this match tonight.
Yeah, it's a great night to sit in the stands where you don't have to worry about getting too hot. You don't have to have an umbrella.
No.
You could just sit back and enjoy the soccer.
An umbrella to shade yourself from the sun or a humongous storm that comes through like we had last week.
Yeah. And they're going to get a new ball in there. They didn't like the amount of air in that one, so they toss it away. Give Mercado a new one. And here come the Menace with 10 minutes to play. Maybe a little stoppage time, but Sunday now takes it, drops it back to Freaky. Over to the right side. Williams, left foot, crossed and right to the keeper.
Menace are actually doing a very good job of moving the ball quickly, 1 and 2 touch, switching play. They're switching the point of attack.
And you're bringing in these subs not only to give fresh legs, but kind of getting a look at what they can do and what they can add too, right?
Yes, you know, always fighting for a spot in the team as well. You know, they all want to start. They all want to they all want to be a part of the starting 11. But you know, even with 11 minutes to go in the game, coming into the game and 11 minutes to go, I mean, they're still an impact. They still add to the game.
And
so
if you get into playoffs and you want to make a deep run of the playoffs, you have to know that you have some depth too, and you
yes.
got to know who's going to be there and you know who you can put in. Right?
Yes, absolutely. It's and it's important that you manage your players correctly. Good defending by Williams.
Yep. Pokes it away, sends it over, Jepson, and then a little hand fighting there. That'll end up in a foul as Shaw goes down.
Good clearance there by Fenwick. Shaw made a lovely run to the byline, cut the ball back.
Well, I know coaches, even if you're 11-0-1, you're still always looking at something that needs to improve. And if you were looking at it right now from the coach's view of it, what would you see with the Menace now as they move deeper here in the season, look ahead to the playoffs?
You know, I think one they'll probably in the playoffs really they're going to come up with some stiff competition. That's for sure. What they need to do, here is really work on just the shape and keeping it tight, not allowing any gaps to accumulate. But I think there's a lot of things they're doing really well. They're doing a fantastic job of breaking quickly. They've sat in this half. First half, they got the ball and they kept it. They did a really good job in possession. I think they just need to continue the momentum and continue to just keep doing the things the right way at this point, which they are doing really, really well. They have some good rotation going forward in the midfield. They break the lines. And they've just got to keep that kind of momentum going.
Well, I think we talked about it. They keep that balance. When they score, they score and they celebrate and they move on, and not too high, not too low, steady, and just a steady game, isn't it?
They're very dynamic. They've got a good balance to the game. They stick within the methods and philosophy of the coaching staff. I think for a team like Chicago, I think them moving forward, they probably need to play a little bit quicker, change things up a bit. They're very direct.
There's Chicago now, trying to turn it. And Williams, he hasn't slowed down at all.
Williams and Akeem have had an absolutely fantastic battle.
They just been, the whole match here going at it, and neither one of them has let up.
Nope. No, they've both been going at it.
Into the final 5 minutes of regulation now. 2-0 Menace. Back outside to Akeem Ward. He sends it into the middle there. And they'll try the left side. Almost snuck that out the back line, but Mercado was able to clear it over. At least
just clear their lines. That's the composure they have.
Mm-hmm. Now I'll pick it up under a little pressure there.
Mercado in that bright, luminous yellow goalkeeper kit. You can't miss him.
Chicago. Oh, and Jepson steps in there, keeps it alive, and then now a nice little pop over to Limmer. Limmer.
Lovely ball in.
Oh, and nice job by the defender to step into that.
Just with the outside of his foot, plays it across the goal.
Looked like Muhammad was coming on for a wide open strike there, but
he was preparing himself for that, but it was covered very well.
And now Chicago back the other way. And that'll go off the Menace for a corner here.
He's done really well. Has Williams. He's defended very well. Definitely has. I mean, when the second goal, he started everything up here at the back. Where he won the ball, they got it forward, and the free kick was given on the edge of the box.
So Sanchez goes out.
Ball went out of play. Yeah.
Yep. Caught the top there, and
it was an out swinger.
I think Spencer Farina, is who came in there for Sanchez for Chicago. No.
Fenwick looking to break.
Lehudo?
Cejudo, yep. That's what it looks like, yeah, Cejudo.
Or is it Lehudo? Let's see. I don't see him on the program, but on the roster. Pepe Lejudo, I think it is.
Yeah, Pepe Lejudo comes in with 3 minutes to go in the game.
They sent us a copy of the starters in the reserves, but they're hard to read sometimes.
I know.
Need some new toner in the copy or something there.
Maybe some players came in today from Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens sometimes. You had players.
Yeah.
And
some who aren't available yesterday and are available today, and maybe a squad rotation, which helps, playing 2 matches in 2 days within a 24-hour period.
It's the Menace now. Started to push back and slow it down a little bit here. In the final 2 minutes of regulation. Up 2-0. Looking for the even dozen of wins here. Against no losses and 1 tie on the season. The sideline back in. And now Chicago turns it back around. Outside to Ward. Ward and Williams once again. That time Ward gets by him. And
lovely piece of skill by Akeem Ward. Second time Fricky's gone down, gets up gingerly.
Kind of.
Couple of knocks.
Ward kind of ran into him after he got rid of the ball. I think he's kind of tough, though. I think he'll walk that off.
Yeah, he is. He's a tough kid.
But he's played,
I've known him for years.
Played the full game last night and here tonight, back to back. So a lot of minutes on the legs there.
Yeah, where it's tough playing 2 full games is when you, you play in the midfield. It's end to end, box to box.
As the final seconds of regulation run down.
There was a late tackle over the top there.
Probably see a minute or 2 maybe. Extra time.
That's up to the ref's allocated time. It's probably going to add 3 minutes for the changes. They haven't had any real stoppages.
Back the other way. Mohammed. Over to Limmer. And knocked away. Menace will get it in. Limmer.
Yep. Be the keeper's ball.
Had one last night where Limmer, it looked like he was just going to run it down to the corner and run the timeout, but then he angled toward the goal and he took a shot right into the belly of the keeper, and it kind of surprises because that was in that was the last minute.
Yeah,
2 minutes. So we're already about a minute in, so about a minute left here.
Not long to go.
And the Menace will rack up win number 12.
12-1. They're going to look to take it into the corner, just kill time.
Williams showing a little bit of his footwork there.
Williams and Akeem.
Oh,
what a great tackle by Akeem. He won that ball fairly. and
that'll do it. Well, even dozen here. And against no losses and a tie, you can't get much better than that.
Been a 100% record. fantastic match. They took care of business today. Alan Messina and his staff have done a wonderful job here at the Des Moines Menace. Been absolutely brilliant. A deserved win, that's for sure, Dar. Deserved win.
Christo Mickelson will be the man of the match for getting that first goal, and off a nice pass by Bolanos there. And just we saw them working up, and they had a lot of black shirts up there in the box, and then just down and back to Christo, and he was unmarked and put it right in the net.
Yeah, it was a great delivery by Bolanos. Finding Christo just at the top of the box was a wonderful strike. But, you know, having said that, I think the man of the match could have gone to any player. I thought Jepson had a wonderful game. I thought Williams had a 100% second half. I thought he was brilliant out here in the second half on the near side to us. The young Liberian lad, I thought he did very well. But, you know, fair enough. Christo had a great game. He had a wonderful first half, scored the goal, kept it tidy, didn't really put a foot wrong. So, pretty impressive game all round.
And a good day, you get a sweep, the women win, and the men win. Good day for the Menace, huh?
Say no more, huh? Say no more.
Well, the Menace next Friday night, back here at Valley Stadium at 7:30. Tune in if you want to see the game, but come on out. You'll have a good time if you come out and watch it too. And again, you can come out and watch it on your phone while you're watching it here live. So again, Justin, man, just a good effort by these Menace players here tonight, and they got everything working really well.
Yep, like I said, deserved winners. The second half coming in 1-0 up, I thought they did a great job just soaking up the pressure and looking to counter-attack, and they got the second goal in the second half with a lovely ball played in by Mohammed off a free kick, and Kino's run onto the near post was brilliant. Lovely ball, flicked it down to the goalkeeper's left-hand side and into the bottom corner, was never going to be saved.
Goal 15 for him as he continues to lead the PDL in goals and lead the race for the Golden Boot here in the PDL. Well, good to get back with you. Do a game here again, and congratulations on your win and a good season. Wrap up the season for the women, and good job out of you on both ends of it.
Yeah, it's great working with you up here in the commentary position. I mean, it's wonderful. I look forward to coming back hopefully next week, and you know, unfortunately the women's season's done, but we've finished on a great note, and I was really happy with our ending. And the men have got to keep it going. They got a lot of potential. They can actually go on and win it. They could. I mean, if they come out of the playoffs as winners, they could go on to win the national championship.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up here tonight. 2-0. The Menace down Chicago here for Justin Vorster, Ruben Garza, Peter Tarpey on the camera. I'm Dar Danielson, and that wraps it up on CISN.TV.
Summer is always a happy time of year, and at Come and Go, we want to make you even happier. That's why we have great deals all summer long, like our made fresh pizzas that are buy one and get one free every Friday. And you can sip happy with any size drink for just $1 every day. Or get 10 cents off fuel when you buy any 3 sodas. So come on in and find your happy this summer. Come and Go, where and means more happy.